Before we start today's show, today we want to give a big shout out to Buzz TV. Man, Buzz TV has some really good devices, man. Like this last year, they've come up with some good stuff, and this new year, I'm excited to see what they got.
Yo, it's going to be straight fire. Some devices and features, because I don't want to say one or the other. With Buzz TV, it's hand in hand. They've dropped some fire devices and some amazing features that are always taking things to the next level. We also have been in talks with Omni Labs Robotics, bringing their telecommunication devices and robots to the next level, bringing everybody closer together.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys, their telepresence that you get is very cool. If you guys don't know what telepresence is having a pretty much a robot in front of you where you are remoted somewhere else, and it's like you're there physically, but not really physically. You're there through the robot. It's very cool. Make sure you guys check them out in the description below. Make sure you guys do check out that link.
You also want to make sure that no matter what you do online, you stay protected. There's so many VPN services out there. We talk about all the time. Make sure that you guys try them out. You check them out. See which ones work best for you.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys do check out those VPNs. We do have a couple of them that we recommend in the description below. So make sure you guys do get those. Just get protected, guys. So don't forget to check out the description below for all of these guys that we have shouted out today.
You know, no matter where you guys are listening, watching, whatever from, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, that like, drop us a comment, and the reviews actually help us a great deal. If you're looking to do anything for us in this year coming and beyond, the reviews help other viewers like yourself find this podcast and enjoy it as well. So thank you guys. And with all that being said, let's start the show.
Here we go.
And here we go. All right. So next level wanted some sound effects. So here we go. We have a lot of crap happening. So yeah, there is some crazy streaming news happening. So stay tuned. As you guys already know, we like to kick off. The very first thing we like to kick off, the title is our first topic, but there's going to be so much more. So stay tuned to the end of the video because there's a lot of topics that is going to happen through this thing. Now, with that being said, before we begin, make sure you guys do check the description below. Join BS Clips, Beyond the Streams Clips, BS Clips. We have a second channel. And if you miss some of the later on conversations, we normally grab little bite-size stuff that you might have missed during the long conversations into BS Clips. So subscribe to BS Clips. Check the description below. You guys will be able to get that there. So ready?
Here we go.
You know, I thought that we would start this off on a little bit brighter note because some of this streaming news is not always good, happy, feel good content. I'm just saying, we tell you what it is, but it's not always good, positive stuff. So just wanted to say, if you're looking for a recommendation this week, the #1 streamed movie is Raya and the Last Dragon, I think it's called.
Raya and the Last Dragon.
Raya, sorry, whatever. I don't watch it.
He's like Rihanna and the Last Dragon.
Rihanna and the Last Beyonce. I don't know.
Work. Yeah, check that movie out. I haven't seen it yet, but I will. It's been a hell of a week. Actually, we have Telegram groups, so make sure you guys do check that out. I was sharing with Next Level that I took my puppy out up to the mountains in the snow, and she was like she was like a deer just jumping in and out of the snowbanks, and I was chucking snow at her, and she was just having a blast. But and I actually, you know what? I didn't share this with Next Level yet, but I guess I could share it now. I recorded some videos. So coming soon to a World of Rohas channel.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to be I'm going to do a video on Bella. So make sure you guys do check that out. So it's going to be cool. It was her first adventure that we took her out on, like out to do stuff. Okay, Netflix, no more sharing. No more sharing your freaking Netflix account. Don't shoot the messenger. But how many times have we said cancel your Netflix?
I mean, we're not trying to tell you what to do, but Netflix is coming down on you. They're saying if you don't live in the same household as the person who owns the account, they are blocking your connection. But you can get a free month if you sign up. Blah blah blah. blah. Get out of here.
So Netflix is now going for the throat, if you want to call it like that. They didn't really care. They're like, yeah, whatever. We have the biggest amount of subscribers. We make the most money out of all streaming services. We don't need to certify Netflix 4K app within all the streaming devices. Who freaking cares? We're gazillionaires or whatever. Well, it looks so. We've had a conversation several times about Netflix. They are still, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but they should still be the biggest in subscribers.
Not by well, yeah, but
Like they're the biggest. Like it doesn't matter if it's one. It's one.
Yes, they are the biggest.
Half. They are the biggest. Now, from what we've been reading, I think Disney Plus is not that far behind them. Like they're catching up in like scary speeds from what from what we saw.
So it's my understanding that Netflix is somewhere around 200 million and Disney Plus is over 100 million now.
Right. And Netflix took them like a decade to get that far, or like 15 years or something like that. And Disney's done it within a year and a half.
You know what? That's a good question. How old is Netflix?
Well, look it up real quick. So while he's looking it up,
23 years.
Okay, so within 23 years, they got to 200 million. Disney Plus, within a year and a half, is over 50% already of what Netflix has.
Damn, 23 years?
Yeah. They've been around for a while. Now, remember, they started as a DVD. Like, you can get their DVDs first. And then they started adding the streaming and...
Hold on a second. Now, I'm just... Google's only 22, so Netflix is older than Google.
Well, the Netflix for streaming didn't start until later, way
That's
later.
Probably what happened, yeah. Because they started off as like a Blockbuster thing, right?
Yep. Yeah, they were going up against. Well, the thing is, they were trying to take Blockbuster out because Blockbuster was you went to the store and you got whatever DVD or VHS. Where Netflix is like, hey, you don't have to go to Blockbuster. We'll mail it to you for free. So, damn, man. You know, one of the biggest things that we were talking about is how'd you say it? 1 out of 3 households has a Netflix. That doesn't mean you own a subscription. That means you might be sharing a subscription.
For sure. Yeah.
So I'll tell you this, with my Disney Plus, I hope Disney doesn't do this. But I'm allowed to share my subscription with my family. It says you're allowed to share up to like 10 people or 7 people, something like that. Same thing with Hulu. I have my mom that lives in a different city from me, and I have my sister that lives in a different city from me and my mom also that are using it. All 3 of us, Disney Plus. And I think it's great because my nieces, you know, they're both one's 9, one's 5, 6. Shit, I'm gonna get in trouble. So they're little, you know, and like okay, next next level started the show with check out Raya the Last Dragon. So what I did was I don't mind purchasing like the Access Premiere on top of what you're already paying monthly, because I know my nieces are going to watch that movie like a million times.
Yeah.
You know, so they'll get together. My mom doesn't live that far from my sister, and they've been visiting each other every now and then. Me, since I live a little bit further, I haven't really been visiting them too much, especially because of all this COVID. But yeah, they'll have like a family night, and we'll do the family night here too. And we'll watch the movie. So, man, I hope Disney doesn't do this, that they follow suit when they get bigger, because Disney makes a grip ton of money. But I think Netflix is starting to, I don't know. I don't know if they're scrounging, like they're trying to nickel and dime everything that they can get now, because they're noticing that their numbers are starting to go backwards. At the same time, it's kind of their fault for not allowing, it's very few streaming devices that they allow their 4K Netflix app to work. So they're kind of doing it to themselves. It's like, why not just allow your Netflix app to be on any Android streaming device? Like, if it's an Android streaming device, actually, you know what? It shouldn't even matter if it's an Android streaming device, a cell phone, or whatever. Your app should be available at 4K no matter what, to anybody.
But I mean, they all do that though. They like Disney does it, and Prime does it. Like they don't work 4K on all devices either. I don't think.
I think, I'm trying to think. They don't. Yeah, they don't work on all the devices. Yeah. But I okay. So Disney Plus is too new. Amazon Prime, all they're worried about is anything that's on the Google Play Store and their Firesticks.
Yeah.
And that's it. Netflix is the only one. If you don't have, like, they don't care if you have or don't have Google Play. You have to have other additional certificates. So, for example, if there was an Android certified box with Google Play on it, you should be able to get Disney Plus because it's coming from Google Play. But if it doesn't have Google Play, then you can't get it. So Netflix just has that extra layer that you have to get certified, whatever. And dude, they're putting themselves, like, they're doing this to themselves. No one else is doing it to them but themselves.
So I kind of feel like because they have to pay for those licenses and they don't own the actual content themselves, and now that they're starting to lose the rights to certain content, they have to tighten up their belt in order to stay profitable to a certain level. I think that they've been kind of negligible with some of their funds in the past and how they've paid for original content. And when you're dealing with 200 million people plus that pays you monthly, and you're used to 27 years of exponential growth, it's easy to get caught up in, oh, this money's always going to be there, right? So Disney has the advantage of not necessarily having to pay for the rights for a lot of their content because it's theirs. So I do think that Disney will be increasing their prices going forward. I don't know if they will be so strict in regards to limiting you sharing the account as Netflix is, because I think that they are, as a company, more profitable.
Yeah. You know what? If somebody doesn't buy out Netflix, they're going to go out.
Yo, we're going to be labeled as Netflix haters, I swear.
Whatever. I don't like Netflix. Stamp it. There you go.
All right. So the next one is that I seen an article that was talking about a Canadian court. It was asking to ban pirate devices like Android devices at Staples and Best Buy here in Canada. Now, even when I would look for certain boxes, like not to purchase, just to look for them, see if they're there, there's not really a selection. You have your certified ones like your Firesticks and your NVIDIA Shields, but off-brand, there's not a whole lot of ones. You might get like I think there was one called a Dreamlink or maybe one Mag box, but it's not like going on Amazon and finding hundreds of these knockoff boxes. So it's just kind of weird to me to see an article come up saying that they're going after Staples and Best Buy, because to me they're not really the culprits or at least the marketplace for most of these items. People aren't going to Best Buy and to Staples for these things.
Well, the thing is that Best Buy and Staples have been known to carry some of these boxes. So let's just say, like, I don't know, like the Dragon box back in the day. I'll use like a very old box that doesn't exist no more, but a Dragon box. Everything was like fully loaded out the box. It was like everything was preset out the box to do everything, like bypass a lot of stuff. And they're I don't know which devices they're going after in Canada, according to this. Ban Staples Best Buy from selling pirate boxes. To me, that sounds like whatever is in Best Buy or Staples is going to be a loaded device. That's the only thing that I can think of. It's a loaded device.
Man, I'm telling you, I've been in these Best Buys and Staples in Canada, and they ain't got no loaded devices. There's nothing. Zero. Nada. De nada.
So why is this here?
That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. The most or the closest thing that you would have in regards to like an underground device at Staples or Best Buy would be a mag box, like an IPTV box, but it wouldn't have a service on it. You would have to find your own service.
But that wouldn't be an illegal. That doesn't make it a pirate box.
But that's why I don't understand this article. Like, why are they coming after Best Buy? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Zero.
You've never seen a device that has been there that says
that is loaded.
This is a no.
Nope.
Because okay, you got your what is that one box? Dynalink or whatever?
Dreamlink?
Dynalink. No, not Dreamlink.
Dynalink. We don't have Dynalink here.
So I know they were promoting those like in Walmart and stuff, but I'm just like, are these loaded or not loaded? Like
those weren't loaded. They were running Android TV, but they didn't come with any illegal streaming applications directly out of the box.
So that's what I'm saying with illegal applications, even if it's something like Mobdro or LiveNet, like whatever's bypassing it. If there's a box that they're selling there that has one app that has a section that you could it's not loaded, but you could click it and then it's downloaded. You know what I mean? There's got to be something for these guys to be going after. I'm just curious which devices.
They don't really say in the article.
It doesn't really say. It's very vague. It just says Alarco ends federal court lawsuit and then launches another one. So it's been a while since they've been doing this stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see which Android devices they're talking about, because this is if they're just saying like, oh, any streaming device, okay, Fire Stick, Firecube,
yeah, it's a little
NVIDIA Shield.
It says the investigation was of 4 of Canada's biggest retailers, a 19th-month investigation, more than 100 hours of uncovered recordings, over 150 document and events coast to coast, but they can't name a specific device in the whole freaking article that they wrote.
So whatever this thing is, I'm pretty sure you could go up and look at, you could probably, these lawsuits, you could look them up and stuff, and they'll give you like some details and stuff. So we're not going to do that today, but supposedly there is some kind of lawsuit happening out there, and
don't make no sense. Sorry,
I don't know. We'll see what it is that they're talking about.
Sounds like
it definitely. But it's interesting to find out, to see what they're looking for, because
you never know how it's going to affect the market.
You just don't know. Now, Texas, poor Texas. Texas is always in the news about something. Texas man ordered to pay 1.6 million damages for selling pirate boxes on Facebook. Now, again, when I hear the name pirate boxes, I'm already thinking loaded. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm already thinking like they are adding stuff in there that is not supposed to be on there. That's why with the Canadian one, I don't care if it's one app. I'm pretty sure it's something in there. So a federal court here in Texas now is this guy. and what is it? CBN, ABS, Philippine. It claims to the Philippines. Wow. So it looks like, of course, they're calling it a John Doe. They don't want to give
They got
too
his name,
much,
Anthony Brown.
huh?
Anthony Brown is his name.
Oh, there it is. Okay, Anthony Brown. So he sold loaded boxes on Facebook.
Listen, get off Facebook. Everyone just go to your Facebook accounts and hit delete. Get off Facebook.
Yeah, like whatever the hell. So okay, it says maximum of $100,000 per offense. Minimum damages of 10,000 per sold pirate box. Yeah, I don't know how they came up with a 1.6 million in damages, but I'm almost pretty sure this guy probably don't have that money unless he was running some kind of. Well, you know what? I've seen this on Facebook. There'll be a group called the Firestick guys.
Whoa.
Have you heard of them?
No.
It will be called like the Firestick guys or the Firestick something or something with the Firestick. And it's almost like that lawsuit, that flea market in Florida that they were saying like, here, get free TV, get free this, get free that, free everything, and only pay $100 for or $200 or whatever it is that they were charging. And those guys got shut down and arrested, you know? And the thing, I think they were showing like Mobdro.
Probably.
They were showing Mobdro on some of those videos from the Florida news. They're showing that they're like, oh yeah, look, Mobdro. And then now look, Mobdro's shut down.
Mobdro's gone.
Coincidence or not, but this like I know, well, I don't know them personally, but I know that I've seen yeah, don't go after me, don't sue me, I don't do this crap. But I've seen it where they advertise as we are the Firestick shop or we are the Firestick whatever. And because it's such a popular device, they were posting pictures. I remember like years ago, they were posting pictures. And do you remember a picture circulating a few months ago where scalpers were getting PlayStations and Xbox and they would have like a mountain of those things?
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole room. Okay, imagine the same height and width, but with Fire Sticks. How
Wow.
big is now think about it. Think about the sizing of that. When if you were to see 100 PlayStations in a room,
Yeah.
with all these PlayStations and how high and deep it is, okay, imagine changing those 100 boxes of PlayStations to Fire Sticks. How many boxes would you get? Way more than 100.
It's like, yeah, it would be hundreds, right? And they're not cheap.
Thousands.
Yeah.
It'll be thousands. So they were posting these pictures saying like, look, we're back. We have stock again. And then by the weekend, they're like, we're out of stock. Give us a couple days. And I'm looking at these like Facebook advertisements, like Facebook sales. And they're like, we're out of stock right now. And I'm just looking at it like, dude, did you guys really sell all of? I'm like, you guys must have been making some filthy money, man. You guys are making a lot of money. I don't know.
I don't know. But the interesting thing in this article that popped out to me was, where was it? It said that the 1.6 million is classified as non-dischargeable, meaning that it can't be eliminated through claiming for bankruptcy. So he's stuck with this 1.6 million no matter what he does.
He's going to jail.
Yeah, but
he's going to jail.
When he comes out, he still has to. He's still stuck with the 1.6 million, isn't he?
I think the way it works is, well, I've never been arrested, so I'm just hypothetically. So I think if you owe money that you can't pay for, I think then you do it in jail time. Whatever, I don't know how much that equals to. I don't know what $1.6 million equals to in jail time, but I'm pretty sure it equals to jail time. And then you spend your years or whatever that is, and once it's spent, then you're released. But Yeah, if some dude, there's people that in their lifetime will never make $1 million. So how? You know what I mean? You know what they should do? What they should do is, and this is just me again talking out of my ass. What they should do is if somebody like this owns $1.6 million to this company or whatever for doing what he was doing, what they should do is they should hire him and work it off.
Like a dishwasher? If you
Yeah,
just
like a
can't wash it off?
dishwasher. Yeah, you can't pay for your dinner, go wash the damn dishes. Yeah, they should do it where it's just like, hey, guess what? Since you did this, you're gonna have to start working for us doing that. And
Well, don't they do that already through garnishing wages if you can't pay for something like this, no matter where you work?
like again, I've never been arrested or I don't I can't speak on that. So I don't know, maybe. Maybe. But all I know is like I've seen people posting on freaking OfferUp. I've seen people posting on Craigslist. I've seen the next door neighbor like, oh yeah, I know how to program this. Let me know and I'll charge you $100. And I'm looking at this thing like, dude, are you stupid? like really? Hey, look, I'm the drug dealer. This is where I live. If you need something, come pick it up. I can't. I just
So
can't.
the $1.6 million was broken down like this. You had $100,000 that was statutory damages, and the other 1.5 was something that was classified under the Lanham Act, which is also called a trademark act. So for violating trademarks, that's the $1.5 million.
You screwed.
Jeez, man, that's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. On a positive note, Firesticks are on sale, 3rd generation. They are going for, where is it here? $29.99, which is actually just $2 more than the lowest price they've ever been. These are the 3rd generation non 4K devices, and usually when I talk about Firesticks and stuff like this, look out for these sales because I always have people that lose the remote, their dogs eat the remote. I don't know what happens, but even if you have a 4K Fire Stick, if you can get the 3rd generation or the 3rd generation Lite, if you can grab those devices on sale, generally they go for cheaper than what a regular remote goes for.
I gotta ask you a question.
No.
I gotta ask you a question. So, and this, I'm actually, well, let me ask the question before I tell you what I'm doing. Fire Stick Lite,
Yeah.
versus the 4K Fire Stick
Oh, okay.
versus the 3rd gen Fire Stick.
Okay.
But it's the Fire Stick Lite though. Fire Stick Lite against them all.
Okay.
Is the Wi-Fi the exact same thing across the board?
I believe so. Yeah.
You believe it's identical?
I believe so.
So this is what I'm doing. You ready for this? So I got a new Pioneer DHT 8600, and I forget the last 2 letters, NEX for my my Chevy Silverado, my truck. It's a 10.1 inch screen, and I have a HDMI cable connected to it, and I bought the adapter so I can connect a Fire Stick to it.
Nice.
I have a 4K Fire Stick. I have an extra 4K Fire Stick. If people pay close attention to what's behind me, you'll probably notice there's no longer an orange box up there. That's because I took it downstairs and I'm going to be playing with it. I have another wire that's coming out of there that could provide power. It runs USB-C, so I have an adapter that's going to go USB-C to USB A-type. A-type, is that what it is?
Yep.
So I figured out power. I figured out the HDMI portion. The only thing I haven't figured out just yet is how am I going to have I don't want to use the hotspot for my cell phone because they sell dedicated hotspots that are much more powerful than your cell phone.
Okay.
So I'm going to be obviously running Wi-Fi from this hotspot to the Fire Stick. Now I'm just curious to know if it's going to be better if I run a light versus a 4K.
So I did look it up while you were talking. Everything from the light to the cube uses the same Wi-Fi.
Okay. The only thing will be that RAM. So the caching.
But
So
we've tested these devices, even on the light. If you're not loading it full of applications, it runs great.
and you know what? I am gonna have we just recently did a live show and we talked about how I got my my Hulu, my Disney Plus, and all that stuff through Verizon. That's all I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have Prime, Disney Plus, and I'm gonna have the ESPN and Hulu. That's it. It's just the dedicated stuff because it's great, the dedicated servers. I won't have issues, blah blah blah. So the only thing that I'm hesitant on is when I run Wi-Fi, like the Fire Stick in this TV, Wi-Fi to the downstairs TV is fine. But I have a good router, I got a good modem, I got good stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just curious if anybody knows. Leave me a comment below. If you've tested a hotspot to your Fire Stick and how does it work? I might actually test it out with this one up here just to test it out on my cell phone to see how it works. Because if I can get away with using my cell phone, then I might just do it. If I can't, if I'm just like, no, I need a dedicated hotspot box that I got to take out of the car and then plug in and stuff like that, then I might just do that. But let me know if anybody has knowledge on this. Let me know because I'm actually going to be doing this pretty soon. I'm going to be doing a video on this pretty soon too.
You've tested some pretty badass power bank things. What do they call those? Power stations, right? I would like to see a power station that takes a SIM card and doubles as a hotspot, because then you could plug everything in right there. You could even do Ethernet. Like that to me makes the most sense.
The only thing is with the Wi-Fi though, some of these power stations won't have the Wi-Fi.
No, but I'm saying if it could take a SIM card, like I want to see innovation with those power stations.
That'll be cool.
That's what I want to see.
So I've been doing some research. I've seen some that you could use an ODB reader, and it's an ODB Wi-Fi. You plug it into your car, and it gives you Wi-Fi 24/7. So if you got like cameras on the car, it will constantly have Wi-Fi, so it records all the time. So if somebody gets in a car crash, hits your car while you're sleeping, that thing will alert you. It's kind of cool.
Old Dirty who?
Oh, ODB. Yeah. So I don't know. The
stream raw.
The Fire Stick sale looks pretty cool. The only reason why I haven't ran into the light is because I have a 4K Fire Stick. I have an extra one.
Right. I have a backup that I keep right here. Yeah. Look, a light.
Yeah, see? So I'm kind of interested. I'm like, well, should I know if I use the 4K, I have that extra half of gig of RAM that could cache a little bit, but do you think it makes sense, or do you think I'll see a difference if I'm using Disney Plus Lite or 4K?
No.
It shouldn't, right?
No,
It'll probably be the exact same thing.
It's going to be the exact same thing. Like, especially if you're not using it on your 89-inch TV or whatever the hell you have. I don't know.
It's a 10.1-inch screen.
Yeah, you're not going to
running. It's probably running a 720.
Yeah. Just don't use last generations, because you know how many people I see that are still using these and are like trying to get them updated and fighting with them. And no, use the newer ones that are using the new processors, the new RAM, the new Wi-Fi. Just leave the ones from 10 years ago. Like, just stop it.
I have Alexa on my screen too. By the way,
Hey, Juanita, stop it.
I have the Juanita.
There you go.
Yeah. So get that sale.
I guess we can leave a link in the description if you guys want easy access. We can do that. Speaking about Fire Sticks, there is the Vudu application for Fire TV and Fire Sticks that are now available to install from the Amazon App Store. We talked a little bit about this one on our live stream recently. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm really not sure how I feel about this. I don't know if it makes sense, but after we did our live show, there are people that have built up hundreds and some people over 1,000 in a Vudu library of things that they've purchased throughout the years. So I guess if you're invested in the Vudu magic, then it's good for you that you can access it on the Amazon devices.
It's funny because in 2012, I think it was, or 2013, 14. I don't know. I went to visit my friend in Atlanta, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "I have this Vudu thing, and we share it with my family, and we all, everybody buys different movies because everybody's got kids, or they got people who don't have kids, they like other types of movies. So, it gives you that little code that you could download the digital version, and it says you could now upload it to Hulu or to Vudu. Um, so what they did was his family actually started their own library of movies, you know? Um, I thought was kind of cool. The thing now is that I don't know who buys DVDs anymore, but if you do, you should have a digital code in there. And I really do hope you did download it because there might be an expiration date on that. I don't know, but if it doesn't, get your copy, open up the Vudu app, and load it in there. It's easy access, especially with some of these classic movies. There's some movies that you're just like, man, I could watch this 100 times, or my kids like watching this 100 times. Just do it. It's
To
free.
note as well, the Vudu app is available in the App Store, but if you're using an old, outdated Gen 2 Fire Stick, it's not compatible. So you'll have to sideload an older version from another place in order to have it work with you, but it will not be functional with the scrollable wheel. You'll have to use mouse toggle. So get up to the times, people. Like I said, there's a sale.
Yeah. So the new Vudu app, do you have to use a mouse toggle or no?
No, you don't. No, but it's not compatible with the older Fire TV devices.
So
right?
just get a new Fire TV stick. Moral of the story: don't be side loading crap. Just do it. So okay, so that's cool. I'm down with that. Now the other thing that I wanted to bring up here, I know there's been some huge talks about this, and I'm kind of, I don't know if you want to call it, I'm just sick and tired of people with this shit. But yeah.
Here we go.
Mobdro is gone. And people have been, oh, Mobdro, but it's free. And no one's hosting anything. But why? It's like,
I've been not recommending Mobdro for years. When people ask me, I'm like, don't use it. Don't do it.
it's okay. So Mobdro has gone through its ups and downs of the Illuminati code and mining your stuff and switching hands. And Mobdro's been in the light for quite a while. I'm actually surprised that it hasn't been taken down sooner. But yeah, Mobdro is gone. Now, oh man, I'm gonna have to do this. I am going to have to do this.
Uh-oh.
Okay. There are a few YouTubers out there that are making videos already that says Mobdro is down, but here are 2 replacements. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't know how else to say it. There is so it's interesting. There's this YouTuber here, and he's an idiot.
Whoa.
No, he is an idiot. The name of his channel has the word pirate in it. The banner says downloading pirate. Like, okay, I hate to do this, but how stupid are you? Like, think about this. I know we're going deep here. We're going.
Hey, I didn't say nothing. I'm the friendly Canadian.
I'm the friendly Canadian, eh?
Right?
So check this out. And I hate to do this. I hope he actually watches this video. I really do. I really do hope he watches this video. But he's got some he's got some videos, doesn't get any views. They're horrible views. He's got a decent amount of subscribers. I think he's at like 16K.
Sounds like you're describing me here. Jeez.
No, you got double that. but here's the thing. Here's the thing. The only time anybody watches his stuff, like to say, hey, let's watch his videos and get some views, is when it's talking about streaming stuff. But he talks about other stuff and he doesn't get good views. It's pretty bad. And then he does a video. Mobdro is down, but here are 2 replacements, and it gets him over 200,000 views. Over 200,000 views. And then here's the other thing too. They made a second channel with the word pirate in it. Oh man. I don't know, man. I honestly, and you know what? I'm clicking over here to see if this is him also. Yeah, it's also him. And this is different. It's not.
I don't hate what anybody does. People can do whatever the hell they want to do, right? But we hate to see people in the community get taken down because of ignorances that happen, right? Ever since the changes that happened with YouTube, what did we do, Rojas? We jumped on live streams and we started telling people right away, stay away from these words. You're going to have to watch how you're posting these content. If you're going to be posting the content, there's certain ways that you have to go about doing it. Yes, it is very easy to fall into the trap, right? We've seen many people, I'm not going to mention any names, I'm not going to point any fingers, but we've seen many people that have grown their channels over 100,000 subscribers, some of them over 1 million subscribers, because they focused on certain kinds of content. But you have to be very, very careful, right? A lot of those people, either there's 2 options that they're now facing. Either, and the thing is with this, yeah, you'll gain a lot of views, but you also gain a lot of attention, and not attention is always good attention. So 2 things happen. Either they lose their channel, right? And then they have to start all over, or they delete all their content anyways. So they have to start all over. So just be careful with what you're doing. I've changed a lot of the content that I've been doing. You've changed a lot of the content years ago that you were doing. And a lot of the other people, like we just had a live stream recently about Fire TV sticks, and they're going a certain way with their content now. It's just, we have to be mindful about the platform that we're using and that it doesn't belong to us.
Yeah.
That soapbox is not ours.
So I will say this. I'm gonna end this topic. we have another one, but I'm gonna end this topic with this. We don't recommend anything with the third party stuff, with Mobdro or whatever alternatives are out there. Just don't do it. But if you're like, I'm intrigued, I'm this, I'm that, just keep in mind. And we've had a few people, actually, a few comments, a few Karens that have said, oh, you guys are idiots. They're not going to sell your information with the Illuminati code. They're not going to mine your stuff with this or that. And I'm just like, do you work for Mobdro? Who are you? You know, what do you know that we don't know then, if that's the case? You know, don't come here saying that we're idiots and we have no idea. Then explain then. Leave a comment and explain why you differ. And with hard evidence, because there's a lot of hard evidence that we've seen before. But I will say this, for anybody out there that wants to do whatever the hell and get yourself in this type of situation, these things track IP addresses.
Mm-hmm.
Have yourself freaking protected. There's a VPN in the description below. We're not saying this because we get an affiliate or whatever. It's really small of what we get. It does help the channel out. If you want to take it out, there's, just go in there and just delete the thing. Just go straight to the link. Whatever. We're not going to cry about it. It helps us. It supports us a little bit. Just get yourself freaking protected, because you just don't know.
I just want to add this, just to put the nail on the on the Mobdro, but the applications that they're also recommending also has the Illuminati code in it. So they're going to be a red flag. To me, they're a red flag once they have the Illuminati code, because I don't want people using my information for anything. I don't care if it's legitimate, not legitimate. Just stay the F away from my stuff. Just go away. I don't want anybody meddling in my stuff. Right?
Go away.
I don't need that. But it's only a matter of time when they start to monetize this kind of content before it goes down. So just be mindful of what you're doing and play it safe.
Amen. Okay. ESPN app sucks. Let's just start with that. The ESPN app sucks. I was hyped. I went to Verizon. I got my ESPN Plus. I have the ESPN app I have the ESPN channel within my stuff, my TV provider. So I'm just like, let me go into my NVIDIA Shield. And maybe it's the NVIDIA Shield. I don't know. Maybe I got to go to a Fire Stick. I don't know. I don't know what those rules are, but I went to the Google Play Store.
It's the best Android box ever.
Yeah. So I went to the Google Play Store and I'm like, let me get Hulu. So I got Hulu, logged in. I went through the app and I did my thing. I already have the Disney Plus, so I did the thing. I checked out Hulu and I'm just like, is the quality on this thing any good? Is this like 4K? Is it like solid? So I'm watching it for a little bit and I'm just like, you know what? This looks very clean. I don't see any pixelation. I don't see any Wi-Fi noise or internet. I call it internet noise when you can kind of see the digital like wash a little bit, there's no digital noise. It's just clean. It's just clear picture. And I'm just like, how do I check the quality? And it just says HD on it. That's it. 5.1. I'm just like, whatever. It looks pretty clean. So I'm just going to leave it alone. The only app that I've ever been like, oh, is freaking Disney Plus. When they list 4K Ultra HDR or whatever it is that they're listing on there, that's the only app that I've ever been on that I'm just like, holy crap, this is nuts. So maybe it's because I'm running the 2015 NVIDIA Shield that I don't have certain codecs. I don't know.
No, that's not the reason.
Yeah. So I went to ESPN Plus, or I'm sorry, I went to ESPN, and ESPN Plus is inside ESPN. I don't think there's a separate ESPN Plus app. I don't think so. I didn't see it in the Google Play Store, so I downloaded ESPN. I went to the ESPN Plus tab or category within the ESPN app, and I was able to log in. I got in there and everything, and they had the UFC Fight Night, the pre-fights, and it said live on there, and I'm just like, oh, this is cool. I wonder if I could watch the fight. So I clicked on it, and the freaking looked like trash.
No way.
It was like 480p, bro. It was nasty. Like literally like snow. It was just like foggy. It was distorted. The picture was awful. And I'm just like, why does this thing look so bad? Like, I don't get it. Like, I have a legitimate account from Verizon and I get ESPN Plus. So why does it look like crap? And I have access to it,
When you said I have a legitimate account and I'm using ESPN Plus, I was like, maybe Dana White got to you. That's all I can say.
Maybe. Dude, the thing looked like crap. And I'm like, if I paid for this app and it looked like this, I'll be screaming bloody freaking murder. I'm like, what the hell is this garbage, man? If I'm paying this, hell's no. So I'm like, let me look at the other categories just to see. And everything, of course, was replays. So everything looked decent. It looked okay. It didn't look great. It looked okay. And I saw what was it? There was a fight that they were promoting for the 23rd, I think, of this month. I think it's like next Saturday or something like that. There's a big pay-per-view fight. And it says, order the fight for $69.99. I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute. I thought ESPN Plus included the fights. Now you're telling me ESPN Plus doesn't? I'm kind of curious. I'm like, wait a minute. I got to pay $70 to watch this fight on top of the $10 or whatever, $5 a month that you guys are. Hell no.
Brunson and Holland. That's the fight?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was just testing out the live and you know what? Hulu actually has ESPN Plus in there also that you can connect to it. And it looks pretty bad also. And I'm just like, why does this link or stream? I'm like, am I not running something compatible? Am I using the wrong app? Like I don't get it. I really, I don't know if ESPN Plus has a dedicated app or not.
We'll have to find out then, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. But from what I saw, the live section, the pre-fights, which was free, like to watch.
So maybe that's the problem, because if you're using Netflix, Disney Plus, Prime Video, if you're not using the official app for that, then it streams in a mobile version, which is usually 480.
This is an official app. It's coming directly from the Play Store.
Well, that's probably a mobile version in the Play Store.
So, okay, where do I get the ESPN Plus app then?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Let me see. ESPN Plus app. I'm looking this up right now. ESPN Plus app. Image. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn on this TV here. I'm gonna show you this real quick so that way you guys can see what I'm looking at. But share screen. If you guys see this, you guys will see what I'm talking about. But so you see the screen here on the right side? It says ESPN featured ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
So all I have to do is just click on ESPN Plus. That's it. Okay. Why is it turning on the PlayStation? My TV now is turning on it's like, ooh, let's play. It's like, no, I don't want to play with you. Input Fire Stick. Okay. So I'm just gonna do a quick ESPN Plus. So there it is, ESPN Plus. See, here's the ESPN app.
Weird.
There is no dedicated ESPN Plus. Like it's just ESPN. And it says the free ESPN app lets you watch the best ESPN on your Fire TV, watch live games, studio shows, blah, 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 blah. So when I click on it, if I come here, there's nothing down here at the bottom. See, here's Paramount Plus, here's Fox, in-app purchases. Yeah, and look, here's some negative comments. Like, what's the point of this garbage app? And that picture that I showed you on the Yoohoo thing here on the show shows that tab as ESPN Plus. So I have that on my Nvidia Shield, but dude, I'm telling you, it looks crappy.
Interesting. I'm not sure.
I don't know what to say. If anybody's out there and if anybody uses ESPN Plus, let us know. When you guys watch anything, does it look pretty bad to you? Like I would think like if I'm paying an ESPN Plus subscription, even if it's in a bundle with Disney and Hulu, it should look pretty good. I don't know why it looks like garbage. Or am I missing something? Am I missing a setting somewhere to make sure it plays at ultra? Or is it my Nvidia Shield 2015?
No comments on that. No comments on that. But speaking about missing pixels, there was, I guess, a commercial or a campaign back in the early 90s talking about software companies that were losing money because of piracy. And it was actually called Don't Copy That Floppy. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard of MC Double Def DP? Apparently, it was an old MC from back in the day, early 90s. I don't know much about him, but apparently this campaign is still going. It is still going today. So if you report privacy claims to this campaign, on the SIIA.net website, it pays up to $1 million.
Wow.
Don't copy that floppy. It is a very catchy name. Yeah. So it says that you can earn up to $1 million by snitching on companies that copy that floppy. So even though floppies aren't around anymore, it pays to be a snitch, I guess.
I don't even know how they would come up with the million. Okay, so for one, if it says up to 1 million, you know that ain't
up with that because of the 1.6 million that guy got charged.
Yeah, for real. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of money for them to. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot of money. I don't know who would be copying a floppy disk, but
the industry group has a special section on its website that's dedicated to reporting privacy. According to the SIIA, unauthorized copying results in an estimated 8 billion in lost sales. So, yeah. By reporting software piracy to SIIA, you can earn up to $1 million, they promise. At the same time, they offer strict confidentiality to whistleblowers. That's what the article. I'm not making up these words. This is how the article is written.
Wow. Wow, that's nuts.
Just thought I'd throw that in there. So be careful. Be careful. Stay protected. Snitches get stitches. And apparently $1 million.
And apparently $1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video of breaking streaming freaking news. There is a lot of stuff out there. Again, we don't like to throw people under the bus or call certain people out. And like our good friend Lee TV says, don't be silly. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Don't step in the dog shit.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that what Free Tech says? Dog shit?
That's dog shit. Yeah.
Dog shit. Don't step in the dog shit. Don't smear it everywhere.
Any last words before we go?
We are doing live shows every Thursday on YouTube. So make sure you guys make it out to these live shows. They're pretty badass. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
So make sure you guys do leave us a comment. Make sure you guys leave us a review. Make sure you guys, any kind of topics that we talk about, like if you're like, hey, leave us a comment on that topic in the thing, you can leave multiple comments. So we read through them all. Make sure you guys do check out BS Clips. We are posting a lot of stuff there. You might have missed the conversation, so it's going to be in that channel. Make sure you also share it with a friend. And stay tuned to the next episode.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Guaranteed. All right, guys. Take care.
Peace.